Yo, what is up, you guys? Welcome back to the next day. So yesterday we left off with wrapping the quarter panel to the Toyota Supra. All right, guys, so now that we have the quarter panel finished up, we're going to go ahead and hop right onto the trunk. So I did end up removing the wing. I got the emblem off as well, the light, just so that this way when we're tucking everything, it just makes our life simple. And then I did also make sure all of the edges and corners where we will be tucking everything is nice and clean, just so that this way we're not going to have any issues with it sticking. Yeah, let's go ahead and hop right into it. So I'm going to go ahead and set you guys back up on tripod. I'll go ahead and give it one final wipe down and let's get it done. All right, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a final wipe down really quickly with a clean rag. Cool. And I already went ahead and cut out my piece. So I cut out, I think it was like 66 inches or 67 inches, something like that. And we're going to be wrapping the trunk in one piece. And I have my handy magnets. They're going to be helping me out today. You always want to double check and make sure that you're covering everything. So actually, first things first, we're going to go ahead and pull the backing paper underneath here, just like that. Put our magnet back on so it locks on. So when you're working by yourself, it's a lot of walking back and forth, as you guys can see. And we're going to go ahead and stop it for right now. So on the magnets, you don't want to leave them on the vinyl for too long, otherwise it'll actually leave the magnetic imprints that are underneath the magnet. So there's like there's 6 magnets underneath here, and there's circles, so you'll see 6 circles, and something like that you do not want. So if we get wrinkles over here, I'm not too worried about it. Everything within here is going to get cut out. Main goal is just to go ahead and glass all of this. There's a little bit of an indentation right here, but that's something we can go ahead and use our hands with and get all the air out from right there. And I did give it a little bit of a stretch right here, just so that this way when I cut right here on the quarter panel area, I can heat it. And with this stretch, what it's going to allow the vinyl to do is actually wrap itself around the edge of the trunk. So you guys will see something like that when I wrap bumpers and stuff like that, but I use this technique quite a bit. Once I glass that side, I'm going to go ahead and pull the rest of the backing off. From there, we'll heat everything from here and give it a nice good stretch. And then it'll also start to form around the bottom of the trunk. Just like that, perfect. So now we're going to go ahead and pull the rest, or we'll pull a majority of it off, but let me go ahead and shorten this up. And we're not going to give it like a very big pull, we're just going to give it a light pull, just so that this way that glasses itself. Right here, I'm not too worried about it. I could pull that wrinkle down and then pull out toward the side of me, and that'll go ahead and cause wrinkles to fall this way, and I can pull those down. But this is my main concern right here. I just have to act very quickly so this way we don't get any type of adhesive lines, but I'm going to go ahead and glass that side first. I'll add a little bit of more heat right here. As you guys can see where my wrinkles fell, I can go ahead and pull these out this way, but I do have to add heat because there's a stretch right here and there's a stretch right here. So. And basically what I'm doing right now is I'm just glassing the top of right here, just so that this way if I pull it up, I don't go ahead and lift up anything in here. But now the majority of this is all finished. We're going to go ahead and finish off with the sides. Or actually, you know what? I don't want to lock in these sides yet because, as I said, there's an indentation, and I actually need somewhere to push my air out. So, and it'll be through the side. So I'll end up starting from here, and I'll go ahead and work my way out. I'll move the camera so you guys can see what I'm doing. All right, fam, so I kind of fucked up. I left my glove in the trunk, and I can't open it because I have a majority of the glass, so I'm just gonna have to use my t-shirt, or I think I do have another clean microfiber towel, so I might be able to use that, but I think my t-shirt would be better. So don't judge me if you guys see me using my t-shirt to glass this area, or to squeegee all this area. Don't judge me. So now that that is finished, we have no adhesive lines right here. We're going to go ahead and lift this up just a little bit so we can finish it. Add some heat to that to get this crease out really quickly. Going to go ahead and add, almost slipped right now. Ooh, almost ate shit. Damn. That would have hurt, man. I'm so lucky. All right, guys, so now that I moved gave you guys a different angle, we're going to go ahead and finish off the passenger side. So as I said, something like this we're not really too worried about because as much as we have to cover is maybe about 3-4 inches or so. Just like that. So we're gonna glass that, and then we're going to go ahead and squeegee all around the window. So now the whole top of the trunk is finished. Now we're going to go ahead and glass the bottom of the trunk. This should be pretty simple. The way that we're going to go ahead and do it is we're going to go ahead and lift up about half of it from here, and then we'll go ahead and glass this half and we'll move on to that half. But I'll lift it up to about halfway. I'll go ahead and heat it, and I'm not gonna go ahead and pull down. I'm actually going to go ahead and pull towards me, which is in a kind of like the corner of the trunk. So. All right, guys, so as I said, we're going to go ahead and start off by the window trim. So we will be using our blade against the quarter panel, so we want to make sure that we are aiming our blade up and not towards inside the vinyl, because otherwise, with the quarter panel already wrapped, it'll actually snag it, and something like that, we don't want to cut into the quarter panel nor the vinyl. So we want to be super careful. So now from here, I'm able to go ahead and, actually no, I don't want to lift up the trunk. Before I do, I want to make sure that I go ahead and tuck everything from up here, because if I open up the trunk, it's going to snag onto the quarter panel. And just like that, the top is finished. So we're going to go ahead and lift this up. just a little bit, and the shocks are actually bad on the trunk, so it does fall. So now that this is finished, we do need to cut out our light, but we're going to save this for last. So once that's finished up, we'll go ahead and trim out the windows. So. All right, guys, the back window is fully finished. Whoever repainted the car did a crappy job because when they did the masking, they actually masked above the window trim, so there's actually a red outline on it. But besides that, we just have to go ahead and cut out the rear brake light and the rear window sprayer right here, and then the trunk will be fully finished. Looks good. Alright guys, so I just finished up the rear trunk to the Toyota Supra. Everything came out really, really good. I'll go ahead and show you guys what I was talking about as far as the masking off on whoever painted the car. So if you look right here at the edge of the window trim, this is what I was talking about. So I took the vinyl in about 1/4 inch underneath it. So I'm not worried about the vinyl lifting or anything like that, but if you look at it, you guys can see the masking, or whoever repainted the car, they masked it off right here, and you guys can see the red trim from the paint. So it just kind of looks crappy because everything's nice and consistent, and you just have a red trim right here. So later on throughout the day, I'll go ahead and see if I can just work my way around the window trim and just peel off the rest of the paint. Alright guys, so now that the trunk is fully finished, I'm going to go ahead and end the vlog right here. If you guys found my video helpful, be sure to give me a thumbs up, and yeah, go ahead and stay tuned for the rest of the car. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.